Transcript. Biden asked Afghan president to lie for him in support. How's it going, everybody? How's it going, everybody? For your mind here. I'm back. I had to come out of retirement basically because Biden is such a fuck up and I'm so pissed off. I am so pissed off that cabal happened. I am so deeply burned at the incompetence of our leadership. The incompetence of Joe Biden and the Joe Biden administration. But we have here an impeachable offense if we're playing by the rules of the Democrats when Trump was in office. And I'll get into that. If you don't remember, Trump was impeached for a phone call with Ukraine when he asked them to President Joe Biden offered an apparent quid pro quo to the since fled president of Afghanistan in the final days leading up to the Taliban takeover of Kabul, according to the transcript of the final phone call between President Biden and Afghan President Ashraf Ghani on July 23rd, reported by Reuters. Biden instructed his Afghan counterpart to put a defense minister in charge. Things aren't going well in terms of the fight against the Taliban, and there's a need, whether it is true or not, there is a need to project a different picture, Biden told Ghani. If you empower Bismillah, Defense Minister Bismillah Khan Mohammed, to execute a strategy focused on key parts of population centers, you're going to get not only more help, but you're going to get a perception that is going to change. Biden went on to pledge consistent air support pending compliance. We will continue to provide close air support if we know what the plan is and what we are doing, Biden said. Throughout the call, transcripts show Biden repeatedly pressed the Afghan president to change the perception surrounding the war as the Taliban took provincial cities one by one. I don't know whether you're aware just how much the perception around the world is that is looking like a losing proposition, Biden said. Mr. President, Ghani replied, we are facing a full-scale invasion composed of Taliban, full Pakistani planning and logistical support, and at least 10 to 15,000 international terrorists, predominantly Pakistanis, thrown into this, so that dimension needs to be taken account for. The Afghan capital of Kabul fell less than 4 weeks later on August 15th, catching U.S. military leaders by surprise. On August 10th, officials warned Kabul's fall would come within 90 days. 3 days later, the timeline accelerated to predict the city's fall in 72 hours. President Biden stuck to the military withdrawal date of August 31st, a hard deadline the administration kept after the Taliban refused to accept a later date. The 2 weeks between Kabul's takeover and the American withdrawal features constant chaos at the Hamid Karzai International Airport, adjacent to the dense downtown streets where thousands desperate to flee sought evacuations. And the entire transcript will be in the description below. And then you got Dum Dum. Queen Circleback. Was the president in any way pushing a false narrative in the call? I'm not going to go into details of our private conversation. And then she tweets, it is not just the call transcript. The whistleblower complaint would likely have more details. We need both, and not just the call. Ooh. So she admits it. She's not going to put out private information, private calls. But she admits it on her Twitter. Awesome. And President Potato Head, President Brain Dead, President Moron. Joe Biden calls this mess an evacuation from Afghanistan an extraordinary success.
No nation has ever done anything like it in all of history. Only the United States had the capacity and the will and the ability to do it, and we did it today. The extraordinary success of this mission was due to the incredible skill, bravery, and selfless courage of the United States.
The only props I'm going to give him is that he actually stuck to the deal to get out of Afghanistan. That's the only praise I'm going to give Biden in that. And you should be surprised because I despise Joe Biden. I despise him. He's a feckless and weak leader, and he has 40 years of game tape. 40 plus years of game tape to show you exactly who he is. So if you voted for him, you have blood on your hands, in my opinion. Because you had 40 plus years to see exactly what this man was capable of. So it's your fault this is happening. But I didn't vote for him, so oh well. But yes, that is the only thing I'm going to give him credit for is getting us out of Afghanistan. What everybody is blaming him for is how we got out of Afghanistan. Any competent fucking leader, military leader, knows you get civilians out first, you destroy private and classified information, and you destroy as much weapons as you possibly can, and then you pull out the military. We pulled out the military first and left Americans there. Wow. And left private information and secret information, top secret information, and a fucking arsenal of weapons and for the Taliban. But here is what Trump got impeached for. A phone call. So by Democrat standard, Joe Biden should be impeached for this. The road to Trump's impeachment. How we got here. State Department and Pentagon are informed Trump is withholding $392 million in military aid to Ukraine, but not told why. July 25th, Trump asks Ukraine new president Vladimir Zelensky to investigate former Vice President Joe Biden, Trump's potential 2020 election rival, and his son Hunter. That request is not made public to Americans. August 12th, a whistleblower who works inside the U.S. intelligence community files a complaint alleging that Trump used the power of his office to solicit interference from a foreign country in the 2020 election. The administration quietly lifts the hold on aid to Ukraine under pressure from lawmakers Senator Dick Durbin, but without public explanation. Pelosi announces a formal impeachment inquiry. White House releases a partial transcript of a July 25th call hours before Trump and Zelensky met face-to-face at the UN General Assembly. Zelensky says he didn't feel pressure during the call. The whistleblower complaint is released. So they impeach him over a phone call that was, investigating why Joe Biden's son was a head of an energy company when he was not qualified to be it. But that is going to be a video, guys. I am back. I'm going to try to do this every day, but I'm going to do one video. I'm going to stick to one or possibly two videos a day. It allows me to do more on my end and get a lot of personal stuff done on my end and still be able to do this. Joe Biden is making me come back. Not in the sense he has a gun to my head, in the sense that he is such a monumental fuck up that I felt the need to, push opposition and, actually try to report things. Because the mainstream media will not report this, and they will not call for his impeachment. This will probably be swept under the rug, but this will be archives of Joe Biden not having the double standard that the Democrats had for Joe Biden for Donald Trump, because the Republicans are fucking spineless, feckless losers that don't do anything. But that is going to be a video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.